whisper of first snow. The morning light cast a soft lavender glow over the snowy New England landscape, the first snow of the season blanketing everything in serene white. As you slid into the car, the engine hummed gently, and a faint puff of frost rose from the hood, mingling with the cold air. The road stretched ahead, dusted with a layer of snow that muted the usual hum of life. Flakes still drifted softly from the sky, landing on the windshield before being swept away by the wiper's steady rhythm. Your tires crunched faintly on the snow-dusted pavement, the sound oddly soothing. The world felt quieter, slower. The towering trees on either side of the road were heavy with snow, their branches arching overhead like nature's cathedral. The sun glimmered faintly through the clouds, casting a pale golden light over the fields and frozen ponds you passed. A group of deer stood by the edge of a stream, their breath visible in the cold air. Driving through this wintry wonderland, everything seemed transformed. The ordinary mailbox wore a delicate crown of frost. The wooden bridge you crossed felt like a portal to another time, its weathered beams coated in ice. Even the gentle bends in the road invited a slower pace, as though the world itself was asking for patience and reverence. The snow softened the landscape, and it softened something inside you too. Each turn offered a new, quiet beauty, a farmhouse with smoke curling from the chimney, a steeple peeking out from behind snow-laden pines, a frozen pond glinting like glass. Finally, you pulled off at a scenic overlook. Stepping out of the car, the cold air pinched your cheeks, but the view was worth it. Below you, the valley stretched endlessly, the river slicing through it like a silver ribbon. The only sound was the faint patter of snowflakes landing on your coat and the whisper of the wind through the pines. For a moment, time seemed to stop. You stood still, letting the beauty of the snow-covered world fill you with a sense of calm. There was no rush, no need to be anywhere else. Just this moment, the first snow, the quiet roads, and the stillness of New England in winter. When you returned to the car, the drive back felt different, lighter. The snow had not only transformed the world outside, but had left something quieter and calmer in your heart. 'Twas the night before Christmas. The stars brightly shone. Not a whisper of wind, not a sound to be known. The stockings were hung near the hearth with such care, in hopes that dear Santa would soon visit there. The children were dreaming, tucked tight in their beds, while visions of candy canes swirled in their heads. Mama in her quilt, and I with my book, had just settled down for a quick, peaceful look, when out in the yard there arose such a sound. I sprang from my chair with a leap and a bound. To the window I dashed, pulling back the cold pane, curious to see what was causing the strain. The moon cast a glow on the frost-covered earth, transforming the landscape with shimmer and mirth, when suddenly there in the silvery haze, a sleigh and 8 reindeer set my heart ablaze. With a sprightly old driver, lively and spry, I knew in an instant it was Santa nearby. He called to his team, their names clear and strong, as they raced through the night in a cadence of song. On Dasher, on Dancer, on Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donder and Blitzen, fly over the rooftops, glide over the trees, deliver the joy the world waits with glee. Like leaves in a breeze, they soared ever higher, their movements like sparks from a blazing fire. To the peak of the house, the sleigh swiftly flew, with a cargo of treasures and St. Nicholas too. Then on the roof, I heard such a clatter, with the stamping of hooves, the sleigh's gentle chatter. As I turned from the window and looked back inside, down came St. Nick, his smile open and wide. He was dressed in red velvet with fur-trimmed delight, his presence so warm in the cool of the night. A sack full of gifts was slung over his back, a promise of wonder concealed in that sack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his laugh, how it shone. His cheeks were aglow like a hearthstone alone, his beard soft and white like a snow-covered peak. And a chuckle escaped as he started to speak. Without any words, with a wink and a grin, he laid out the presents, the joy set to begin. Then touching his finger beside of his nose, he shot up the chimney as magic bestows. He leapt to his sleigh, his whistle a command, and away they all flew over snow-covered land. But I heard him exclaim as he vanished from sight, "Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night."